So hello again from Kremenchuk, still close to the train station. It's there. Here's some shops close to the train station. There's the road to the test course where I did the tests of various bike lights, comparing them on bad sections with holes, bumpy, and a bit of a sand path and then on towards that road, which is broken up to get at the plumbing system there. I think that's what they're doing. In any case, so about staying in Ukraine, someone asks about that. What are the options? Of course, the options are hostels and hotels. At first, I didn't stay in hostels, but later I stayed mostly in hostels because it's more interesting. You could talk to people. I do it in Poland, I did it in Ukraine, but sometimes I need my own space. You want to rest, and you take a hotel room. And usually, I go for cheap because I don't care about luxury. At least not in a hotel. You stay there for a night. Well, what the hell do you care whether the bed is really nice and whether everything is painted nicely or so? I just don't care. It's totally uninteresting. And hostels. So someone mentioned the price in Kiev. For 2-3 euros a night you can stay. Yes. And prices for the trains are also low. So what you can do is go to Lviv and stay in a hostel or a hotel or an apartment or hotel. But in Lviv I would say an apartment. You can get it for about 12 to 15 euro per night. And for example, what was it? Something about Star or something hotel, a capsule hostel. In Lviv. I did not like it at all, and it was like 7 euro per night or something, or perhaps 10. And I thought, why am I paying that for a hostel? And I don't like it. I thought it was an antisocial version of a hostel where nobody talks to each other. It was weird. Because you're sleeping in a sort of capsule, nobody talks to each other. And I felt there was not enough space, like in the kitchen or shared area, to talk to people as well. So that makes it less likely that happens. Absolutely not recommended by me to go there. I would get apartment. There are cheapo apartments, and what are they like? Well, you can't expect luxury, and I don't expect luxury. I don't care. If I have a bed, Wi-Fi is actually often not so great. In many of the places I stayed, hotels, hostels, doesn't matter. Is a bit of an issue if you want to upload big videos. Otherwise, it doesn't matter. You can buy a cheap phone card, SIM card for a very low price. The only issue is in Ukraine you need to use a translator app if you don't speak Russian or Ukrainian, because most people don't speak English, or badly, or I think, but with the translator app you can do most things. And speech recognition is also pretty good these days. It's not perfect, but good enough to get around and understand people. If there's something you need to get translated, if they're saying something you don't understand it, they don't speak English, then it's faster than typing it in or letting them type it in. So hostels, what kind of people are there? That can be anything. Actually, it's from students to businessmen. It's absolutely every type of people that you can get, if they have money, of course. They will stay there. And the businessmen, some people thought it was strange, but I also experienced that in London, where I stayed in 2 hostels near Hyde Park. I think it was like €12 per night or so. It was not bad at all, even with breakfast. It's just strange but cool. And there are too, businessmen staying there, or students also. So anyone, I think, who doesn't care about luxury and just needs a place to sleep, stays there. And whether you like it depends a bit. So when I was in Zaporizhia in 2022, stayed in a hostel, didn't like it. Didn't like the people there. And that can happen, then you just go to another place. It can happen that you don't like the people in the room. So, for example, some nut job whining about snoring while he is the one who is also snoring. Idiot. Yeah, I have it sometimes. Depends on if you have a little bit of cold, for example. And there's tough shit. If you don't like it, go to a hotel. I take earplugs. And these idiots should do that as well. And I had an issue with a guy about this as well, in some antisocial guy. And I said to the hostel, either I go to another bed, I won't accept this behavior. I don't want to be near that idiot. So you can go, you sometimes have these issues, you can go then to another hostel, or you can talk to the people in charge, get in another room, other things. But if you need a space, if you need rest, get your own room. But what you can do in hostels, as I said, is talk to other people, and that's interesting. Of course, in Ukraine, then you want to speak Russian or Ukrainian, otherwise you can't do much, or you need to do everything via translator app, and that's not fun. But it's interesting in Poland and in Ukraine. Ukraine is the most interesting, where I've had the most interesting conversations. So you can. I would not recommend in Lviv a hostel. I would say there, or you can get one, but don't you go to the capsule hostel if you want to talk to other people. And perhaps there are some people who are not Ukrainians who speak English. So when I was in in the west of Ukraine, Chernovtsi, where I bought my bicycle second-hand, so this one, I talked to the owner, and he spoke English, or he's not so much, but his daughter, who helped run it, a sort of a guest house. It was more of a guest house, and I talked with him quite a bit, and he said, there are still people from other countries coming, but not much, and they're not going further into Ukraine, not much further anyway. So Kiev, I still think there are some people. In Lviv, there was one guy who asked about the bankomat to get money, and I said, he was he American? From the accent, I think he was American. And I said, this one is good. So what you always need to do is choose no conversion, and the best banks are Ukrgazbank and what was the other one? Not Ukrshipbank, I think. But they charge the banks that I've selected, they charge no commission. And they only do that if you choose conversion, and I just don't do it, and my Dutch bank doesn't charge any commission. So what I get then is almost exactly the middle rate between selling and buying. So the bank rate, the rates that banks use. Which is perfect, and it can save you from 4 to 10 euro per 100 euros in that region. So yeah, my preference in Lviv would be go for a apartment for about maybe 12 to 15 euro per night. If you want to stay in a hostel, then don't take the capsule hostel. In Kiev, I would say, yeah, hostels, my experience there is better. And you can also get there quite cheap apartments for in the same price range. It all depends on how long you want to stay, what you want to do. So interact with people. If you don't want to interact with people, you can also stay in a hostel and just keep yourself. In hostels you need to be a bit careful. A friend of mine got a phone and I think also was his money stolen when he was in London. So what I always do is keep my backpack where I keep everything and put that against my head, and if someone wants to take it, then he will need to wake me up. And yeah, you need to be a bit careful, and that's it. Choice is up to you what you want to do and how much you want to spend, how long you want to stay. That's it for now. Bye.